And welcome back, everyone, to episode 46 of the Sports Coach Podcast. My name is David, alongside my co-host Vince. And now we have a real full setup in person for our second in-person episode. And, it was great to have Keith on last week, and it was a true honor to be able to do that. But now we're back, just the two of us, like the good old days. But this time we get to sit next to each other, which is great.
Yeah, man, this is very exciting. Of course, you got all these things. Listen, this is all Andrew's idea. Of course, you've never seen such a. Can we admire this? Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful the setup is.
Especially this one.
Professional.
Beautiful. Man. Yeah, and you could tell that this was mostly set up by me, and he had no say in this because they're all my teams. So.
Well, I mean, I don't really know, but just can we admire Grimace's team?
Yeah, the Mr. Met bobblehead. Yeah, I mean, they've certainly figured something out, whether it was because of Grimace or not. They did end up snapping that, I think, 7-game winning streak, but it definitely brought them back in the push for the playoffs. If that even ever existed for the playoffs, I still don't think they do, but it gave them at least some hope, and it was an exciting week for them. But besides that, I think they're still the good old New York fake Mets. But as always, as we start every episode with the NFL, first of all, this has been another not super crazy week. We still have 2 finals going on right now, or 1 final now.
Should be 0, but
it should be 0.
Yeah.
It's been a whole 4 days since we last filmed, and somehow that series that you said would be over that night is still going, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I thought hearing Keith say it, I was like, all right, yeah, this is the time that the Panthers are gonna close it out and back at home in Florida, and then we just proceed to lose again 2 straight games. I mean, this is just disappointing from a team that I greatly appreciate. I love the Florida Panthers, especially last episode. I was trying to find that rat. I don't think I know. I don't know where it is exactly, but yeah. So we'll get into more discussion about it when we talk about NHL. But yeah, I'm not very happy about how things are going right now.
Yeah, you've seen the guy who you thought could be the lockdown guy in your goalie.
And Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby. He's supposed to be. He was the guy that was leading you through the playoffs. He had that crazy save very early on. How many did you guys have? A lot of shutouts so far? I haven't looked at.
Yeah, I mean we've had shutouts, and we discussed this at camp earlier this week. The whole reason and real reason why Florida was even in the playoffs, first of all, is because of Bobby. Bobrovsky is the main part and soul of this team, and he's the only reason why we're here right now. And I understand that our defense and offense is very, elite, from any standpoint. But Bobby's the reason why we're in here. And the last couple of, I say, ever since the finals started, he's been the slack. It's really bad. It's really bad how he's been playing. I don't even want to talk about it, but
Yeah, we've seen a lot of goals given up. It's not even like it was a close defensive game or anything like that, or going back and forth. It's just been a lot of goals given up by Florida, and they're just unable to respond.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Tuesday. We were watching the game with Nate and Gabe. Yeah, we just met them this week. Very, very nice people. But we were watching the game with them Tuesday night, right after we stopped filming with Keith, and we were surprised.
It did not look good.
Listen, Florida was losing.
It looked sloppy.
Was losing, but we came back. We looked pretty like a strong team towards the end of the game, and we just threw it all away. And that's, I think, that's not how a game should be going for us, especially the Panthers. We've been so dominant these last couple of years, and it just sucks to see us like this right now. And if we give up history, I don't know what to say. I really don't even want to talk about it. Because, this hasn't happened. I don't think anyone's came back down 3-0 since 1942. So
yeah, and it just looked sloppy. It didn't look like you were the same team that you were playing against the Rangers and teams like that. It did not look good.
If you think about it, the Oilers shouldn't even be in this series. Should not even be in the playoffs whatsoever. They got lucky. The Rangers. I was talking to my grandpa about this. Shout out to my grandpa. We're talking about what was really the finals. And they were saying, my grandpa was saying, the Rangers versus the Panthers was really like the finals. And I totally agree. I feel like that was really the finals in my heart because those are the two most dominant teams in the whole playoff. Like I said earlier, a couple weeks ago, the West hockey is not as dominant as East. And the same thing in basketball. West is more dominant than East. So, we think about it, the Eastern Conference Finals was really something that we had to appreciate. And now that we're looking at this is tied series 3-3, going back to Florida. This is a series we need to be starting to appreciate a little more because they can make history, and I understand as coming from a Panthers fan, I would hate that to happen, but now more and more people are going to come start watching the games now.
Right,
so it's good for them.
Right.
Oh, and you can't forget. I know you said there's one more final going on, but we got the Hershey Bears, baby. Clap it up for the Hershey Bears. We'll talk about that in the fast fact, baby.
Yeah, fast fact. Oh
my God, Hershey scored. Oh my God. No way. Hershey scored. No way. Hershey Bears scored. 1-1. Tie game. Can you believe it?
Who got the goal? Goal by Jimmy Huntington.
Huntington. All right.
Huntington.
Clap it up.
Yeah, good work.
Wow.
They scored with 2 seconds left in the first.
Wow.
So a tie game in the Calder Cup, but we'll come back to that in the fast fact.
That's amazing.
That was definitely a little much for 10 o'clock at night.
And AHL.
And a little much for AHL as well.
Well, I mean, I love the Hershey Bears. I bet you could say the same, so. You don't like the Hershey Bears?
I'm a Devils fan. I support the Utica Comets. I have to.
All right, well, hold on. We haven't even started the NFL topic, and we're already Oh, God. All right, let's start the NFL.
All right. First of all, your great friends over in Baltimore, the Ravens, released new helmets.
Listen, I like them, of course. They look cool. I like the purple. I like the gold. But the logo. Can we talk about the alternate logo? Something that was, kind of expected from some people, but at the same time, not really. I kind of like them, but coming from just an NFL fan perspective, I would hate to have my team wear something like this. But I will say, having the yellow and gold,
You know what it looks like though? It looks like a Madden preset team logo.
Yeah,
it doesn't look good.
But it's alright, I guess. But I do like the purple helmet. I like the gold around it. But yeah, what do you think about it?
If they just put the regular logo on it, it would look really cool. Or like a B, or even like a B or something for Baltimore. Yeah, but this alternate logo does not.
Well, we'll have to see.
What if they brought this logo back?
Yeah,
that would look cool. That would look cool. It's like the old logo from the 90s.
Yeah, that's
would look
cool.
The
Maryland heritage. I like that.
Yeah, that would look cool. All right.
Hey, look at that. Who is it? The Astros? Oh, that's the Orioles. Oh, the Astros.
Oh no.
The Astros hit home.
Oh no. Well, I want the Orioles to lose more than the Astros at this point. So.
Coming from you. Hey, we were just there a couple days ago.
We have ESPN on in the background watching some baseball highlights and stuff. Yankees won. There you go. Oh my God, Bryce Harper is.
Can we just talk about before we go more into depth about the episode?
Who's that? Bryson Stott?
Yeah,
I think so.
Hold on. Can we talk about when we were calling? Maybe we can roll up the clip or something and the clip or something. But so right before Bryce Harper came up to the plate, I forgot what inning it was, or whenever he hit a home run.
The second or third or something.
Whenever he hit a home run on Wednesday, so he comes up to the plate and I start screaming, "Overrated!" And you suck. He hits a home run the next. That's that bad. Or bad at the same way bad. Listen, I hate Bryce Harper. I've explained my hate for him, but the fact he hits a home run after I say that, I was lost for words. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the NFL.
Yeah. So now there's a new deal that apparently would create an acceptable way for the Chiefs to move to the Kansas side of Kansas City. That would include a new stadium. And the Royals, I think, are also included in this deal. But the bill was approved by the city, and this would make it possible for the Chiefs to stay in the metropolitan area, get a brand new stadium, but they would just move to the other side of the city. I think it's a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it's a good move. I think they should go to Kansas City. I mean, they have Kansas in their name. They don't have. It's not the Missouri Chiefs, you know. So I think it's a move that needs to be done. But
Well, it's just the name of the city. It's named Kansas City because it's in Missouri, but it looks out at Kansas.
I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, they get a new. Let's just hope they get a new stadium. I mean, Arrowhead.
But they're still staying in Kansas City. There's literally nothing wrong. There's nothing different about it. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
They just have to pay tolls on the way in now if they want to get to the Kansas side. But yeah. All right. Okay, so I don't know what the Falcons are doing. I think the Falcons might be the stupidest team out there right now. Stupider than the Giants, which is something. But they signed Kirk Cousins to a massive contract, take a pretty big penalty hit for signing him and talking to him too early or whatever. And then they draft Michael Penix with their early first-round pick, and now they've signed him to a 4-year, $22.8 million deal. How long was the Kirk Cousins deal again?
100.
Also 4 years.
180.
What are they doing? Did they just sign two quarterbacks for the same amount of time?
Yeah, and we talked about it, of course, when Penix got drafted. I was going nuts. I thought that the Falcons were just losing their minds, and now on top of signing Kirk Cousins a couple of months ago, now they signed Penix. I mean, 4 years, they have the same amount of length. This is just crazy. I'm lost for words.
Like, what are they expecting? Penix is going to want to re-sign after not getting playing time for 4 years?
Well, I mean, yeah, but of course he's not going to stay there. But Penix coming from like a college football fan perspective, bro. Penix deserves the best. He deserves to play somewhere where he's going to get an opportunity from the get-go, from the start. That's somewhere he belongs. Where he belonged, and it's so sad to see his career going to be wasted because of Kirk Cousins.
Not because of Kirk Cousins.
Well, I mean, just because of the Falcons organization, but Kirk Cousins kind of just taking the spotlight here.
Well, yeah, because he was signed first. He was told he's going to be the starting quarterback. Of course he's going to take the spotlight. There's no room for him.
Yeah, I know. I think it sucks. I feel bad for Penix, man.
Yeah. And lastly, Brandon Ayuk tells an ESPN reporter that the 49ers, quote, don't want me back. So, is that it? Is the trade going to happen soon then?
No. No trades happening. Ayuk will be staying with the 49ers. I just think it's too late. I would say too late. I think it's a little, I guess you could say late. A little too late into the offseason to say that Ayuk will be getting traded this offseason at least. I kind of said that about Dame last year, and he got traded right before the school year started and all that. So, again, I don't really know. Anything can happen, but what do you think? You think he's going to get traded?
We've been saying he's going to get traded for months. We talked about this episode 30-something. It's been...
I just think now it's not happening. I'm sorry. I just don't think it's going to happen.
But why would they why would they trade him? It doesn't make any sense. And for him to say that the 49ers don't want him back also makes no sense.
Yeah, because they did say they want him back. So I just find that crazy. It's just the reason is his asking price. The money's the reason that he's not getting a deal.
They don't want him back. Again, we're going to talk about this again. They don't want him back because he doesn't want to play. Like, why? I still don't understand why not showing up to training camp is an effective way to get players to want.
We talked this about a couple. What was it? Like
weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. I just think it's a way of kind of asking for more in a way. I mean.
Yeah. No, I know. It still makes no sense that. Whatever, just striking. They're basically striking against their own team, who is still paying them for that year, mind you, a lot of money. And now, if they're not showing up to training camp, they're just not going to be prepared for the next year, so they're going to play worse. It doesn't make sense. And Brandon Ayuk needs to stop complaining. He needs to play. And if he's going to get traded, fine, he's going to get traded. But if they don't want him back, how can he be saying that if he is literally still there, about to be asked to report to training camp, and they haven't traded him yet?
I think Brandon Ayuk is just a very selfish player, man. I just think I feel like the 49ers deserve someone better as a player on their team. Unlike Ayuk, I don't know. And you saw that TikTok video, right? Or that video he posted. We were talking about it at camp that Jay Daniels was saying that they don't want him or something. I don't know. But I just find that.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'll show it to you, but it was just.
Wait, what do you mean, though?
There was a video posted on social media about Ayuk. Let me try to pull it up. It was on Brandon Ayuk's account. Let's see if I can find it.
But we were just talking about that, how they don't want him. Didn't we just say that? What is that?
I won't play the audio, but basically he was on College Jay Daniels. So this just kind of makes me seem a little bit more to the side of he will get traded. But as of right now, I don't think he will. But, I mean, anything can happen. But if we had to choose a team that he was going to get traded to, who would you choose? I would say the Commanders.
Well, we said this a long time ago. We said Pittsburgh and Chargers. That's who I said a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Pittsburgh, I think, is still the top spot. Yeah. Because
they also just got rid of Menzel Mims, so
and now they also have two quarterbacks that they don't know what to do with.
And now, did you hear Fields is struggling? Oh my God!
Why would he not be? Of course he's struggling. But then again, they got him for next to nothing, so they might as well try to make him into a decent player.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Oh, and lastly, running back Ramondre Stevenson signs a 4-year deal worth up to $36 million, an extension with the Patriots. Patriots are all over the place.
Listen, I don't think Ramondre Stevenson.
So they basically just got rid of Ezekiel Elliott and just decided that Ramondre Stevenson was the way to go for the next 4 years.
Listen, I don't know if he's going to be as good as he was just a couple years ago, but do you think this was the right move? I know we were talking about the Patriots.
Nothing's the right move for the Patriots.
Drake May. They're spending too much money on people that.
But not even that. They have plenty of money. Drake May does not need Ramondre Stevenson behind him. He needs like an actual supportive, like experienced running back who can move the ball when Drake May is struggling. Exactly. So Drake May needs to. But now they're stuck with him for 4 years. Why? I don't understand these long-term 4-year deals that they keep signing, and it makes no sense because the Patriots are clearly in between like dynasties or good teams here, so it doesn't make any sense to sign a guy like this for that long.
Yeah. All
right, next up in the NBA, the Celtics win the NBA championship for the 18th time. Jaylen Brown won MVP of the finals, and Tatum has gotten weirder than he normally is.
We did it! Come on. Does he think he's really Kevin Garnett? He thinks he's...
and then what else did he do? He did like the LeBron thing or whatever?
He did the Kobe in the locker room.
Yeah.
But I will say, if anything, a moment had to come out of that finals, and we'll talk about, Jaylen Brown, all that stuff, winning them. But speaking about Tatum, there was really one cool photo of him holding his son up. I gotta say that's a top 5, like one of the best moments.
But didn't someone else do that?
But I mean that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no.
I mean and also that photographer is one of the most elite photographers in the history of basketball. He's taken probably one of the most sickest photos ever in the NBA. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean Rondo's is pretty cool too. Remember in 2020?
Yeah, exactly. Like people have done it. But yeah. Yeah, but what do you think about the finals?
Listen, as much as I think the Celtics deserve the championship all these years. Listen, I know I'm a Heat fan, but the Celtics really do deserve something. But if someone needs to deserve it, it was definitely Jaylen Brown or Al Horford. Al Horford, I think, is someone who deserves a championship. Bro's literally Unk. He's Unk status. So, I think he definitely deserves. Those two guys deserve it. Derek White has been playing phenomenal, out of his mind. Tatum, I could not say the same. And I know people were making arguments at Philly camp that Tatum deserved the Finals MVP because he
didn't lead them.
He had a crazy Game 5 experience. Game. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear that Tatum had a great Game 5. He deserves the Finals MVP. It's not a one-game award. It's a series award. And if we're going to talk about it right now, I think the Finals MVP is one of the greatest awards in the history of sports. It's named after Bill Russell, I believe. So who would not want to be honored like that? So Jaylen Brown, where do you put him right now? Top 75 or not?
Top 25, yeah.
All time.
Time?
I'm talking all time. Top 75.
Jason, who are we talking about? Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown.
No.
Why? What do you think he needs? What do you think he needs to do to make it the top 75 or at least top 100? He needs to win another Finals.
He needs to be a Hall of. He needs to be a Hall of Famer.
And what does that? What does he need to be a Hall of Famer? What does he need? Another Finals? Another?
He needs to be. He needs to be good.
Which he is.
What current NBA players are going to be Hall of Famers? LeBron James, Luka, Jokic.
Embiid.
And what do they all have?
Experience.
And what does Jaylen Brown have?
No left hand.
LeBron is going to be the greatest, if not, one of the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time. That's what he'll forever be known as. Then you have Luka, who is historic numbers every season. Led a struggling team to the finals this year.
He needs to win MVP.
Jokic has 3 MVPs.
Already a finals MVP. Did Jamal Murray win that? No. Jokic won it. So
there's a difference.
I don't know. I think Jaylen Brown needs to. Personally, I think Jaylen Brown needs to win a little more. All right, he needs to get at least 3 championships. He needs to get at least another Finals MVP. Maybe like an actual MVP award.
But here's the thing. All right. Jaylen Brown averaged 23 points per game this year. Jokic averaged 26, and Luka averaged 33. There's a difference there. Yeah. And also, Jokic and Luka are single-handedly carrying their teams. And they're still winning.
I mean, I guess we could say that a little bit more about the Mavericks. But, I agree with you. I just think Jaylen Brown needs to be honored as one of the greatest players of all time eventually. Listen, Andrew, I know it's a crazy take, but you got to think about something. Winning Finals MVP and getting the Finals is an award. It's one of the greatest things to ever happen when you're, an NBA athlete. So I think it's going to take some time to get him up on the leaderboards. But yeah, how I say it now, he will be a top 50 player by the time he retires.
Yeah, sure, top 50. He's not top 25, and he's not anywhere near that.
All right. I think we can put that debate for right now. But we'll definitely discuss this. I think Jaylen Brown had a phenomenal playoff. Rather than series, phenomenal playoff, phenomenal season. But yeah, so before we go talk about the Celtics actually, if they're a dynasty or not, what do you think about Tatum? What do you think Tatum's going through right now? Because damn right he wanted to win the Finals. The Finals MVP.
Well, he didn't. He's not as good as other players on his team right now.
So let me ask you something: is he like the LeBron James of a team? Is he the Jimmy Butler of a team? Is he the Luke of a team? Is he the Jokic of a team right now?
No.
Or would you say Jaylen Brown? You say Jaylen Brown.
100%.
Agreed.
He's not that good.
No, I don't think so either.
Especially
and just because you get 31 points in one game in a series that is probably the biggest, one of the biggest series of your career. You're getting only 31 points when it doesn't even matter that much because you're winning by so much. No, I don't think he deserves the title, the credit for one of the best players. I mean, in the league, yeah, sure. Jason Tatum is known. He's recognized as one of the greatest players, the greatest athletes, at least in America and the NBA. But for his team, though, he's definitely number 2. He's definitely the Robin to a Batman, in my opinion.
I wouldn't go that far. I would just say Jaylen Brown's the better player on the team right now.
All right.
I don't care. I think it's meant to be like a Luka and Kyrie situation, but obviously I think Tatum's better than Kyrie.
All time?
No, not.
Well, okay, all right. Oh, I mean, right now.
If we're talking.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so the Celtics are obviously the better team, first of all. And, yeah, I mean, like, the Celtics are obviously the better team right now compared to the Mavs, and I think they have more depth, they have more options, they have more ways to score points, they have more ways to make plays, and just the Mavs didn't look strong in this game.
No, definitely not. I mean, even the series in general, they only played getting 8-4 when it was most needed, and in order for them to win, they needed to win the whole thing, at least 2 games. The first 2 games, either at home or away. So, yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. So what was your question?
All right, so I want to ask you something. Are the Celtics a dynasty in this
No.
decade?
No.
So you don't think they're top 5, the best teams in this era? In the 2000s, do you think they're one of the...
In the top 5 in the 2000s, sure.
All right. But you think they're a dynasty right now as we speak? Think they're going to be able to be, back-to-back type of team? Or do you think because of injuries consistent in the
I don't
East,
think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are ever going to be this good at the same time. Ever again.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. Because we never know what's going to happen to Jaylen Brown
And
next year.
Porzingis is still going to be injured.
That's true. Listen, I think the Mavs will be. I think the Mavs will be.
But here's the thing: even their coach is injured, torn meniscus or something. I don't
know what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on in Boston. What they're doing, a little nuts. But the fact, can you believe he fought through it? Passion. I actually do like Joe Mazzulla. Yeah, he's a pretty true dude.
Yeah, Celtics aren't winning next year.
All right. I think we can. I mean, I hope not.
I hope not, but I don't think they're capable of it again. I think that they are not ever going to be the same team that they were today.
Yeah.
Or, this week. And they were able to make plays. And also, the Mavs had no defense. They were giving up so many points every single game in the series. It looked ugly. And Luka is trying to do everything on the court, and he just can't. Because Kyrie...
I mean, he's also injured, so, I mean...
And
Kyrie's just
played awful.
The whole time, so...
He's played awfully. Did you see Kyrie released a shoe immediately after losing the finals?
Really?
He released a new green shoe in honor of his path to the finals.
All right, let's see this.
Where is it? I need to find it. New Kyrie. Where is it? I don't know if I'm going to find it, but I just saw it somewhere.
Well, I mean, the fact that they're green just is a little odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. So, yeah. Oh, here. Is this it?
Kai one green rails. Ooh, that's ugly.
Yeah, they're green.
Yeah, no. So I don't know what's going on. The only good Kyrie shoes are the SpongeBob collab. That's my childhood. And if you didn't cop a Patrick Star one, you're not OG. Wait, did you ever cop one of those? Be honest.
I wasn't into shoes. I didn't really care.
All right. Nah, but those are tough. Definitely the best shoes. Basketball shoes. Behind Grinches.
Yeah, I don't get any of what this is. Why are they this color though? Literally, these are for the Celtics.
Yeah, I don't.
I hope Tatum buys these and wears them or something. Yeah, weird. All right, JJ Redick. What the hell, Lakers?
It's not JJ Redick coaching this team. It's LeBron James coaching this team. Let me tell you that for sure. All right, LeBron James is the head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, how is he 39 coaching an NBA team? Signs a 4-year deal. I don't even want to know how much he's getting paid. He's probably going all that salary is probably going to LeBron's to his bank account.
$8 million per season.
Okay, so 32.
Yeah.
All right. It's all to LeBron. But I don't know. Coming from, again, a perspective of a fan, I think this is not a smart move, number one.
Why wouldn't they get some experience? I think they just gave. I think they gave up after they lost. I'm sure they lost more than just.
Darvin Ham wasn't even bad. I said this. Remember when we did the Darvin Ham when we were Lucas, right? I said JJ Redick was going to be the head coach. I said that as a joke. I didn't even. I didn't actually know that was actually like a real discussion, but this just. I just cannot believe it. I think they're just losing their minds. The Lakers don't know what they're doing right now. And it's crazy to me because in 4 years, LeBron James won't be an NBA player. He will not be an NBA player.
By the way, if Bronny gets drafted somewhere else, is LeBron even going to be with the Lakers next year?
I don't know. As much as I think LeBron wants to play with the Sun, I think, like, bro, you just...
I think the other day there's something from Bleacher Report that said that he kind of gave up on that.
I mean, you gotta play for a coach. You basically just recruited to come to your team. They have a podcast together. They talk. They're very friendly, but I would not be surprised if this is going to be a very, very good relationship by the end of it because they're going to get frustrated very soon, especially from a Lakers team that is not known to be very, very highly competitive since obviously they last won championship. So, they made the conference finals about a year ago. So, but that was a whole different story. But
JJ Redick isn't fit to be.
I think Darvin Ham was a better assistant coach, number one, and they needed to trust the process. Darvin Ham wasn't even a bad coach. He won a championship with the Bucks. I mean, he went back to the Bucks organization, so I don't think he deserved to get fired. I mean, I think Darvin Ham was one of those guys who, he tried his best, but you just got to give him time. And LeBron was just impatient and just wanted something new. So, yeah.
Yeah. They want LeBron back so bad. I swear they're going to draft Bronny.
Yeah. Watch them not take someone like Donovan Clingan for Bronny James.
I don't think
Top 10.
I don't think they.
Come on.
Wait, what's their pick?
I don't know.
I don't think they have it. They don't have a top 10 pick.
Oh, let's check.
They might actually be in Bronny territory. I don't know.
Let's check it out.
But by the way, speaking of that, the NBA draft is this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, round 1. We'll be together. We'll post our immediate reactions. It's kind of, all right. We all know who's going first overall, so maybe we'll post our reactions after that. What picks?
Who do I think is going to get picked?
No. What picks do the Lakers have?
What picks do the Lakers have? I'm still trying to figure it out. They have the 17th and the 55th pick in the NBA draft.
Bronny territory.
Did you just say Bronny's a top 20 draft pick?
55.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say. No.
Yeah, but the Lakers would definitely draft Bronny at 17.
I mean, they're delusional. So, I mean, I swear if the Heat don't take Jared McCain and they take someone like Zach Edey or Bron James, I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to go crazy.
I hope they take Zach Edey.
I'll tell you something. Bron James, we have a good development program. He would not be a bad player. at the end of his career. But still, I would not want it. I would not do that.
He's not sticking with you, buddy.
What are you talking about? He's not stick. He wouldn't stick with the Heat. You think he would pull like a Kobe, want to leave? Oh, okay, all right.
If Bronny James is going to be worse than he doesn't know how to survive in the league. I'm going to say that right now. He doesn't know what's about to happen to him next year.
Totally agreed. I mean, it's literally gonna be what they do to Caitlin Clark.
He's gonna try to opt. He's gonna try to opt.
Caitlin Clark, the same thing's gonna happen.
He's gonna try to opt out of his rookie contract.
Does that ever happen?
It's not allowed to happen.
All right, so then, I mean,
he's gonna go.
Is he allowed to go back to college?
Well, I mean, he could go try to get a graduate's degree. I don't know.
All right. Well, that's something JJ Redick would do. Probably say he came with the 17th pick overall. Listen, the Lakers did not take. I don't know what they were doing last year in the draft. They instead they took someone not unlike Jaime Jaquez. They took some player. I forgot his name, but it wasn't very good. So
yeah, but let's talk about your bets that you have running mostly on Zach Edey. I'll refresh the audience. If Zach Edey gets drafted, you get pied in the face by me, and whenever you're in person with Dylan, by him as well. I think right now we're leaning towards ShopRite key lime pie. Is that correct?
Yeah, because key lime pie is superior to any pie in the world.
But yeah, at this point, Zach Edey getting drafted is. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything because I want to see you get pied, but it seems pretty likely because he is actually better than most people in this draft class because this draft class is awful. Like, that's saying something. Next up, though, if he gets drafted by the Heat, he has to jump in the Atlantic Ocean at the Jersey Shore at what time?
5 in the morning.
5 in the morning. And
if he gets picked top 10, I have to rebuzz my hair
and bleach it.
So,
but that's not that. That's not.
Yeah,
but
and let me make.
Oh, but by the way, remember, ESPN has him getting drafted by the Heat.
What do we have if he gets picked by the Heat? Was it
the 20? What are your?
No, I know what our picks are.
What are they?
The 15th.
15,
I believe.
Dang.
That's probable. But yeah, but what's my bet? Like, did I make a bet if he gets picked by the Heat or something?
Yeah, you jump in the water.
Oh, is that one? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do think I'm gonna get pie in the face. Number one.
At least you can admit it now. It's a little late for you to take it back.
Yeah, I mean, if it's key lime pie, sure. If it's like not something I don't like, then no. Also, are you gonna put whipped cream on it?
Yeah, we have to. That'll add some messiness.
All right, we gotta make sure to buy it the night before or
night of. I'll get on the way.
All right.
All right. Next up, the Bulls and Thunder did a pick swap this actually isn't a pick swap. This is a player swap, 1-for-1. Interesting. Well, before we say who they were, was this even?
No, not even.
That's crazy. So, the Bulls sent Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey, 1-for-1. Obviously, Giddey is younger. Caruso's older, more of a veteran presence, which the Thunder needed.
And has won a championship. I'm going to tell you this right now. The Thunder need that. This is why I think the Thunder won the trade.
They need leadership.
Yeah.
And that's better than because Josh Giddey was going to come off the bench anyway this year, probably. Yeah, I think they told him he was coming off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Giddey, I want to get out of there. I want to be a star of the show. Chicago's somewhere where you want to kind of be in the middle of your career.
Chicago is.
We've seen them play all right. We've seen them being, okay here and there. But really, ever since, what was it? Derrick Rose, they haven't been very, very good. So, and Jimmy Butler and Joakim Noah. So,
oh my God, Jimmy Butler in every conversation.
What are you talking about?
Every conversation.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying he's on the all-time Bulls on 2K. So, Mind you that.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so no, I definitely think the Thunder won this. But what do you think about Giddy going to the Bulls? Like, do you think the Bulls are really gonna?
They're not going to use him correctly.
Correctly, okay.
I don't think they know how to work with a younger guy like that who needs to be developed correctly.
Didn't know how to develop Lonzo Ball correctly, so
Exactly.
just a waste of a career.
Yeah, and I think Giddy, obviously he's had some problems, but I think this is more of a hit than him just staying with the Thunder and sucking it up and coming off the bench.
He deserves to go somewhere where he belongs. I feel like it's somewhere like
he belongs in Chicago.
Well, somewhere that's not like so good or so bad. I feel like if you're in the middle, you're a playing team once in a while, that's good. But let's talk about the Thunder. Can the Thunder make it, to the Western Conference Finals with Kenny Caruso?
Mm-hmm.
And you think he comes off the bench, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good leadership. He's a good leader.
But having a guy like Caruso come off the bench but also be
a leader,
the veteran of the team is huge.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because you can have all these young guys.
But I think they got to do
doing their thing.
They got to do something else. That's someone a little older, knows some stuff. I mean, they got Gordon Hayward, but he had never really had experience of, championships because of injuries his whole career. So, yeah, they have some veterans, but Caruso is someone I think was huge because not only is he a veteran, but he actually knows how to play still. He's actually someone who's very, very good at basketball still. So, this will be a very, very good pickup by the Thunder.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, Pacers side. Did they actually do this?
Yeah. Pascal Siakam, 4-year, $189.5 million deal.
Actually? When did this happen?
Wednesday. Yeah.
Jeez.
I saw it on Snapchat, ESPN story, so.
I think that's ambitious for the Pacers especially. When's the last time they spent that much money?
Reggie Miller.
I
don't even think that much. I don't even think that a lot. That money was
on Pascal, but on Pascal Siakam too. That's who they choose to.
He deserves to get paid.
Well, he deserves to get paid, but that much. Say with the Pacers, who ended up
Siakam. I don't think he's. Listen, he's won national. He's won NBA Finals. All right, give him that. All right, I think he knows what he's doing. He knows his role. I mean, sure, yeah, pay him $100 million, but that much, I don't know, not much. But it's all right.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think that.
Who do you think deserves to get paid? Miles Turner, Halliburton. I mean, of course, these guys aren't. Their contracts aren't up yet, but.
Well, I think.
Also think about it. Siakam was probably going to leave, so they want to stay. They want to keep him sticked around. So that's another thing. I think we need. They want to solidify him and lock him in. Just think about it. This team.
Are the Pacers going to be good next year?
Yeah, they're going to be good unless
if Halliburton goes.
No, not just that. If the East is healthy, we talk about the Sixers. We talk about.
But we saw them get blown out by a half-healthy Knicks team.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you right now, Knicks would have definitely made the finals this year. That's not even a question. Knicks should have been in the finals from the start, and it's just because of injuries and careless, just mistakes that led this team to losing. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Watch out for the East next year. I know the East is not very strong a lot of time, but they're gonna come out strong next year. I mean, we just gotta hope the Bucks get back and all these teams get back because I'd rather have any other team but the Celtics and win. To be honest.
All right. Lastly, in the NBA, the Pistons dismiss head coach Monty Williams, leaving 5 years, $65 million left.
Yeah, they.
Well, they definitely fumbled a bit.
Can I get a reminder on when they even signed this guy?
They definitely fumbled a bit with this one. Well, I'm happy they did the smart thing and didn't just try to suck it up and bring him back next year. So who's going to want to coach the Pistons now?
Darvin Ham. Honestly, Honestly,
Ooh.
give me
What
just
a downgrade.
no, because I mean, yeah, downgrade, but I mean, I don't know. I would have to think about that, but if I had to really pick up the top of my head, I'm going to say Darvin Ham. But I think he already went to the Bucks back, so I mean, that's probably not going to happen.
Let's just take a look. Pistons potential coaches. Oh, really? Oh, well, that's not. All right. James Borrego. Okay. Sam Castle.
I just remember something about the head coaching situations. I mean, we know Dan Hurley
Hey,
didn't want
look.
to take the job, but the fact that JJ Redick wasn't even in the first option is crazy.
Remember him?
Chris Quinn?
What?
No way. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my god.
You don't remember?
I do. Yeah, I do. Of course I know Chris Quinn. But no.
They think he's going to be the coach of the Pistons.
Because he's actually him and Spoelstra are very good. Dude.
Look at him.
I'll give it.
This guy.
Yeah,
This guy will lead the Pistons to a championship.
No. Yeah, no, they won't. I hope Chris Quinn doesn't leave. But
Didn't he leave already? Is he there?
yeah, he's still on the Heat roster.
Oh, yeah.
Of course he would not leave. Listen, I get it, taking a head coaching job, but you're part of one of the greatest.
He's the longest tenured assistant in the Heat coaching staff. He deserves this. I mean, even though it's the Pistons, no one deserves.
We're gonna pay him a little. We're gonna pay him a little more to stick him around. No, we don't want him to leave.
All right. WNBA. One thing, Cameron Brink suffers a torn ACL and is out for the remainder of the season.
This is just crazy. Because if we look at the standpoint of rookies in the WNBA, we talk about people like Angel Reese. We talk about people like Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese ruined Shota Imanaga's career.
But if we really had to talk about someone who has stepped up at the biggest moments and really has just played amazing this whole year, and I understand the sports are not very good, Cameron Brink is just phenomenal. I mean, we look at the whole league coming to support her, saying, how bad they feel. Like, this is someone who deserves to, not just win
excel in her
win
career
MVPs,
too.
Excel. Like, she was going to be a part of not the Olympic team, but I think like the 3-on-3 thing for the Olympics this year. Just so sad to see her not pursue it. She was so happy. She was so happy to see her jersey for the Olympics.
Yeah,
it just breaks my heart because she's someone I wanted to see succeed the most. Man, I didn't care about anyone else but her, so it's so sad to see her. But speaking about her injury, Rakia Jackson from Tennessee, who we know is now obviously playing for Tennessee, who's actually, I think, the 2 picks after her, that Cameron Brink's pick, is now going to be the main focus of the team, like she was. But now it's going to go all the main focus to her media and everything. So, obviously, I don't know if you've heard her name, but she was amazing at Tennessee. So, what do you think is going to have to come out of her for this team to even make it to the playoffs?
I don't know if they will.
Oh, I mean, well, not just play. I mean, have a good end of season push.
What are they at right now? I haven't even looked at the WNBA standings in maybe 3 months, however long this. Where's the West? They're not doing too hot. They're 4-13. I found it. They're 4-13.
Okay, so that's just.
I don't know if they're making the playoffs at all. That's a .235. I don't think they were ever good.
Well, they had some pretty good players. We'll give them that.
Wait, how are the Sun good now? I thought the Liberty were the best in the East.
Yo, Connecticut's crazy. Are you kidding me? Connecticut is insane.
Anyway, NHL. So, unfortunately for you, we talked a lot about this earlier, so I guess we'll kind of keep this a little shorter. The Oilers forced Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. They're now flying all the way back from Edmonton to Florida. They went down 3-0 to start the series, and guess what? Now it is. It's 3-3 with Game 7, all or nothing. And Bobby needs to step up.
It's not the fact that we lose. It's the fact that they're about to make history on us that just breaks my heart, honestly.
You think they're going to win?
Connor McDavid, this man, I don't care what people say. Connor McDavid is the greatest hockey player, maybe even all time.
Wait,
Forget Crosby.
Sorry. Forget Wayne Gretzky?
He's a little bit under Gretzky.
Forget Alex Ovechkin?
Better than Ovechkin.
Oh, okay. All right.
Better than Crosby, better than Ovechkin. And if he wins the Stanley Cup final, I think give it to him. He's carried this team for so much. I don't care what people say. McDavid, one of the greatest players of all time already. He's top 5 already. Especially if he wins this. We know he's not going to win, but I'm just saying, if he does...
You have so much faith in him.
I have faith in... Well, I have faith in him.
Where's your faith in Tkachuk?
Listen, I can't have faith in Tkachuk. I can't have faith in the Panthers. Because they haven't shown me that they want to win the last 3 games. Of course, I'm still rooting for them. I love the Panthers. They're my favorite team growing up, besides them and the Marlins. But anyway, no, listen, I love the Panthers. I think they deserve this. But listen... This is history that is about to be made if the Oilers win, and we just got to accept the fact that the Oilers might win, and I'm okay with that because it's shown these last 3 games that we do not care about our team. We do not care about hockey, and it starts because of Bobby.
Bobby doesn't know. Bobby looked awful.
He's given up 13. He's given up 13 goals in the last couple games, so I don't even. Or not 13. Somewhere around there, so.
Right. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll stay updated. We'll keep everyone updated about that. Listen, tomorrow's gonna be crazy. Or Monday, was it Monday or tomorrow?
I believe it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Crazy. They just had to fly all the way back too, which is
Miami. Or Florida.
Oof.
Somewhere else.
Oof.
I was pretty surprised that Keith asked if I was going to go flying down for the parade. I would love to, but...
You're not making it down for the parade. If there's a parade.
I don't think there will.
Whoa, jeez, he's lost so much faith.
I cannot have faith in a team that does not care. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'd say I don't want to talk about this team anymore.
All right, fine. We'll move on. The LA Kings brought back their retro logo.
Fire. They should have kept us all along, personally.
The Kings need this.
The crown just looks so cool.
But the Kings needed this rejuvenation. By the way, I was just thinking about this. Why are there 2 California teams named the Kings?
You're right.
Who decided that?
What looks better when you talk about...
LA Kings is better than Sacramento. Why does Sacramento have a team?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it makes any sense, but
I feel like no one remembers they exist.
Who's the best player all time? Let me search it up.
Chris Webber.
Oh yeah, no, okay. So I cannot believe it.
Oscar Robertson.
So that
Jerry Lucas.
No, because you know what, they do have history. If you think about it. So yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Barbara can't Wayne Gretzky played for the Kings. So no, but yeah, they look a lot cooler than what was the last logo. But if they're coming out with new uniforms?
I'm not sure.
I just love how the NHL is changing this year.
So the Kings moved to Sacramento in '85.
But speaking about change. My life would change if the Hershey Bears win tonight. So let's just until they end up.
They don't win the series tonight.
I know they don't. But it just if
But
they win
still.
tonight, still take the series.
Yeah. Anyway, so but speaking of the retro logos, if you had to choose one retro, why did you choose them? If you had to choose one retro logo from the NHL anytime to come back, which would you choose? Why?
No, because the Panthers, that's iconic. I grew up with the Panthers, like that with the little claw. Come on, you're gotta be. There's no way. There's no way. Listen, if no bias coming out of this whatsoever, if I had to choose a team that's not my team, the Panthers, I would definitely choose the Ducks. Anaheim just looks so cool. Be honest. Yeah.
Well, but that's gonna happen because they announced that they're kind of teasing that.
I would have said that for sure, but they kind of teasing.
Yeah. And then next, so this is just a whole team I want back. Number one, because the team that it has become has been awful to my Devils the last couple of years. I want the Whalers back of Connecticut.
Agreed.
They should be a team, and they look cool. And I love that Carolina wears those jerseys every once in a while.
Yeah,
because they look amazing. The color scheme, everything about it.
They deserve to have a team. Connecticut, but screwed over. So
yeah, they should have a team. Moving on to the MLB. So we're going to actually cut over to Mike, who we had a great interview with. He is the Aberdeen IronBirds play-by-play broadcaster, has seen a lot of guys like Jackson Holliday and other top Orioles prospects play. And we discussed some of the Orioles and Yankees series from last week, a lot about those young guys that are up on the Orioles and just raking right now. Jackson Holliday's future, where he fits after getting sent back down to AAA and stuff like that. So we're going to kick it over to him, and then we'll come back for the rest of the MLB and the Fast Facts. And now we're going to be back joined by Mike, who is the play-by-play announcer for the High A Aberdeen IronBirds in the Baltimore Orioles organization. So it's going to be great to have him, and he definitely has a lot of expertise around the Orioles, and especially there's a big game and series going on this week between the two best teams in the AL, the Orioles and the Yankees. So that's going to be huge. So we kind of want to talk to you a little bit about that and some other stuff going on in baseball right now. So welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for having me, guys. Always happy to hop on a podcast, and anytime I get to talk about sports and broadcasting, it's always a great time.
Yeah, of course. So, the Orioles are known for having one of the best farm systems in the MLB right now. And we've certainly seen that with a lot of the young guys that have been coming up over the years. Like Holiday should be up for a more extended period of time soon. Adley, Gunnar, all those guys. So have you seen a lot of those guys play, or were they kind of before you got there?
Yeah, so I started with the IronBirds in August of 2022, and the first big names that were there when I was there, I'd say Heston Kjerstad's probably the guy I'd start with. So I started late in the season that year, and I called the last few homestands of the regular season and then our playoff run. Heston Kjerstad was, of course, the big name, number 2 overall pick during the 2020 draft. There were some other big names. I mean, Darryl Hernandez, who was eventually traded for Cole Irvin, is now in the big leagues with the A's, was on our roster when I first started. So those are a couple of the first 2 guys that I got to see that have now had big league time. But then last year during the 2023 season, Jackson Holliday was with us for 2 months. Dylan Beavers, who was also a first-round pick in 2022, he was with us for most of the season. Samuel Basayo, who's a fast-rising prospect in the Orioles system, who not a lot of people knew about at the start of last year. Now everybody knows who he is. Yeah. Saw him for a little over a month, and it was just an electric season last year. I mean, so much talent, even guys that aren't on top prospect lists. There's so much talent in that system. So those are just a handful of the big names that I've seen.
Yeah. And, we've seen guys like Jackson Holliday. He started to get his time in the big leagues. He struggled a bit and then got sent back down. But that shows how much depth there is in the Orioles organization, because it was a struggle to find a spot for him to get called up already. So definitely, I mean, he's still doing well in AAA. Started off well, which is why they called him up. But
listen, I just want to say something. Those 2 months that you had, it was like with the IronBirds, you got to have one of the most iconic calls. I think he's, when he was been playing, "Fire Me Up." I mean, what came to mind when you said that?
Yeah, so "Fire Me Up" is like my signature home run call now. I started using that in 2022 when I was calling games in the Australian Baseball League. The first time I said it, it just kind of stuck with me. I was like, hey, this could work. Like, this could be my thing. And, I rolled with it. And Last year is when I really started to use it, and it became something that people associate me with Fire Me Up now, which is awesome. And for Jackson, he had a huge homer in his home debut for the IronBirds, and I used the Fire Me Up call, and it generated a lot of buzz on social media. And then a month and a half later, he ends up hitting a walk-off for us, and I used it again, but I also used some lyrics from a Luke Combs song, from the song Going, Going, Gone. And just those two things paired together, it just, it was a great moment. And, it was the right guy to use it for with Jackson, with everybody wanting to know what he does at all times and see his rise to now in the big leagues. Got there earlier this year, back in AAA, but he'll be back in the show. So it was just cool. I mean, I knew that the spotlight was going to be on Jackson the entire time he was with us, which was great for me, great for exposure for my calls. And, he's a big reason why people now associate Fire Me Up and me, together.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like we already said, the Orioles have this crazy farm system. So being able to be associated with guys like that who are going to potentially have some really big careers and stuff like that, and you can look back and see this is where they started, this is where they came from. We were a part of that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I that's one of the best parts about being in minor league baseball and broadcasting in minor league baseball and sticking with the same team for multiple years is I've seen these guys grow up in front of me, getting to know them as people, but also getting to call their games. And it's just something that you don't get in other sports.
Yeah. But let's talk about the Orioles game today and through the series. So I'm obviously a Yankees fan, but this is going to be a highly competitive series that's going to happen this week. And it's going to potentially have a lot of implications for later in the season. So, again, we're seeing a lot of these young guys on the Orioles who are going to probably play really well. You have Adley still raking, and Gunnar, of course, having an amazing year. And then the Yankees have recently called up a lot of young guys as well. Volpe, Ben Rice got called up to replace Rizzo today. So how much of an impact do you think these young guys are going to have on the series this week?
I think the series is going to be dominated by the young players and guys that, yeah, sure, they're young and they're only in maybe their first, second, or third big league seasons, but they're some of the best players, not only on their own teams, but in the league. And I think that's especially true for the Orioles. Now, the Yankees, some of the stars, a little bit more of a veteran presence with, of course, Cole's coming back from injury, but Judge and Soto been doing it a while, Judge longer than Soto. But it's just cool to see. It's great for the game that these guys are so young and making such a big impact. And, they're faces of the league now. And, people are watching more games and going to more games because of guys like Gunnar and Soto, probably the two best young guys on their respective squads. And, even Judge isn't old. These guys are going to be around a while longer. So it's great for the game. And, I think there's a reason why these teams are so successful and why the Orioles won 101 games last year and why the Yankees are up there for the best record in baseball this year. It's because they've got these young studs producing and, they're superstars.
Yeah. And then you could see the difference from like the 2019 Orioles when I started watching baseball. They were definitely not one of the top teams in baseball. And you see that just sudden change as soon as Adley starts coming up. He was an all-star and stuff like that. He was crazy. Grayson Rodriguez, those guys. And you still have guys coming up like Holiday and Colton Cowser. And they're still making impact. So they were right. They stocked up on the pretty bad draft picks. They were able to work their way up to where they are now. And so this is definitely a trust the process moment. And it kind of differs from the way the Yankees work, where you just have to consistently stay good.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question though. With Holiday now going back to I think AAA, right? Do you think he will be back and being able to produce? He's had a lot of attention towards him. Do you think he can come back to the big leagues and be as good as he was thought to be as?
I think he will. And, to be honest, I thought he would have been back by now. But, of course, it's all dependent on need. And there's a lot of other factors involved. And, the Orioles are, their decision makers have done the right thing with a lot of the young guys over the last few years. So you have to trust what they're doing. And, they definitely have a plan. And I'm sure Jackson knows that plan. So, but I think he'll definitely be better after getting a chance to reset and go back to AAA. Now, I think anybody would have preferred him to come up and, even if he wasn't going to put up star numbers right away, but at least contribute to the big league club early on instead of going 2 for 32 or whatever it was. But he's 20 years old. He had never struggled at any point in his baseball career leading up to this. It took him until his big league debut at 20 years old to struggle. And not a lot of guys can say that. I think it just goes to show you how advanced he is as a player, not just physically, but that mental side of the game, that mindset as well, how locked in he is and how much he knows the game and his fundamentals, how good they are. But I think because of the struggles, getting a chance to see big league pitching for the first time, get a feel for the speed of the game and all that, and now you go back down to AAA and you just kind of get to anonymously go play baseball. I want to say people have kind of forgotten about him since he went back down to AAA.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a lot of buzz around it. So once he gets to come back up, I think now that some of the attention has been off of him for a little while, he'll be able to just focus. He got the big league debut out of the way. He got all the media stuff out of the way. Now just go play baseball and help the team win.
Yeah, I think he needs that, though. I mean, sorry, Andrew, I'm interrupting you, but I think he needs, this happens with every athlete in sports, the attention. That's huge, and it's kind of the same thing with Bronny, right? He's going to get a lot of attention coming to the NBA. And I think with Holiday, it's like, now that, like you said, the attention's probably going to go a little bit away, but he's still going to have it for the rest of his career. I mean, maybe until after he wins, a World Series like Tatum, things like that. So, I mean, thank God, he got sent back. I didn't want him to get sent down to AAA, but I'm just saying, now that he doesn't have so much attention, I think it's better for him and his family.
Yeah, I think at some point they had to make a decision, and they sent him down maybe a little bit earlier than I would have expected, but it's only with the best interests of Holiday in mind, and I think he'll be better for it.
Yeah, and I think we see a lot of issues with these top minor league prospects or any minor league prospects who get called up. Is they get called up, that's a big boost to their morale, but as soon as they start to struggle like that, and for Holiday, definitely the first time in his career, you send him back down. Yes, it does take a lot of the pressure off of him. It allows him to keep refining his game, but it also takes a hit to his morale and stuff because he went from playing at the highest level to AAA again, where he thought that he was able to from when he got called up. So I think the Orioles did the right move by calling him up originally because he was raking in AAA. But I think that whenever you can forgo doing that, especially when you didn't necessarily have a gaping hole in your roster to do that, I think it would have been better for him to start to just keep grinding in AAA and then get to that part maybe around the trade deadline or even September. But I think he'll definitely be back up by September call-ups. And I think people are still going to expect a lot out of him, but I think that now that some of the hype has died down, he'll be able to perform better.
I mean, now that the All-Star break is coming up, who do you guys think is really going to be a contender in the AL East, right?
Yeah.
So do you think the Baltimore Orioles will end with first place?
It's tough because this Yankees team looks really good, and they're definitely better than last season. And, even going into last season, I thought the Yankees were a legit World Series contender, and, a lot of people was picking them to win the East. The Orioles took care of business, and they fought off, a bunch of tough teams in that division and even across the entire league. But I don't know. It's tough. It's really hard to say the Orioles are going to jump the Yankees. They definitely have the team to do it. They also have the prospect talent to go out at the trade deadline and get big names, whether it be an ace starting pitcher or a number 2 type of guy to put behind Corbin Burns, or big bats, big relievers, whatever. But, this Yankees team, it just seems like something's happening that hasn't happened in a few years with them. And if Garrett Cole stays healthy, if Juan Soto stays healthy, if Aaron Judge stays healthy, it's going to be hard to unseat the Yankees right now.
Yeah, and health has a lot to do with it because that's been struggling the last couple of years. But we can see the Orioles have such good depth. Like we were just talking again, to bring up Jackson Holiday again. He could take over at third base or wherever in the infield at any time if something happens. So they have a lot of depth going all the way down to their farm system, but hopefully that doesn't need to be discussed for either of these teams. And I think we're going to see a good battle in the AL East this year. But thank you, Mike, so much for joining us. We certainly are going to see a lot out of these two lineups going into the series this week. But just before you go, what's going on with the IronBirds?
Yeah, a lot of good things going on with the IronBirds down on the farm. Another really talented roster this year. And in minor league baseball, the rosters change so much year to year, and they even change so much from the start of the season until the end of the season. We're at about the end of the first half now of the minor league season, and the IronBirds playing in the South Atlantic League. finishing over five. They're going to finish over 500 in the first half. Won't win the first half title, but the roster that's in place right now definitely talented enough to win that second half title, get into the playoffs for the second time in 3 years. A lot of names that Orioles fans should be excited about, whether they're on top prospect lists or not. I tell people all the time that some of the guys in Aberdeen this year, they're not making top prospect lists, or maybe they're not getting interviewed for stories or have their name out there a ton. But there are a lot of future big leaguers on this roster right now. And it's been so fun calling their games all season. They make it exciting. I mean, the last homestand took 4 out of 6 and had a walk-off win in 10 innings, a thriller, down 3-0 going into the bottom of the 8th, score 8 runs over the final 3 innings, including 4 in the 10th to win it. I mean, that game was electric. The crowd was into it. The team was fired up. These guys play for each other, and that's why they win games. And then, just this past Sunday, down 8-0 in the 4th inning and end up winning 15-12. 7 runs in the 7th to take the lead. So I'm seeing something exciting every night, that this team's never out of it. And that's what makes it so much fun to call their games. And just overall, good guys to talk to, good guys to interview. And, the Orioles do it right. When they're drafting, signing guys, they get good people, and it leads to, success on the field.
And, right before we just go, I want to ask you, what is All Mic'd Up with, players? I want to ask, what do you do? Because I've never actually personally listened to it. I always see it on Instagram.
Yeah. So All Mic'd Up is, I guess you can say it's almost like a video podcast, essentially, where, I'm putting out an episode on like a podcast schedule. I do every 2 weeks before a series starts. I'll post another episode online. I post them on YouTube, and it's just a sit-down on-camera interview with players and coaches. And really the goal with All Mic'd Up is to show who these guys are as people and not just as athletes, because anybody can, talk to an athlete or a coach and ask them questions about their sport. If you're talking to a baseball player, hey, what's your approach like at the plate right now? Hey, what did you do in the off season to get better? Pitcher, hey, what are you working on, during your bullpen sessions, things like that. I mean, I really try to, sometimes I'll ask questions along those lines, but I really try to focus on who these guys are, just in general. Background stuff like family, friends, where they're from, playing college or high school ball, playing other sports growing up, asking them fun questions, getting them talking about their teammates. So that's the goal with All Mic'd Up. And, last year I put out 10 episodes. The goal this year is to do at least 10, maybe a few more, somewhere between 10 and 15, probably end up around that 10 to 12 range. But it's just been so much fun. So if you're looking to check those out, head over to my YouTube channel, and you can Google All Mic'd Up. It'll show up, and they've been a lot of fun episodes with bringing guests on, and I try to make them all different, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, thank you so much, and again, we'll look and see what happens.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Mike, for that wonderful interview, and thank you for coming on with us. I think, we saw what happened with this Orioles series. That was something. Jackson Holliday's still down there, so we'll definitely see him. We'll keep talking about this in the future, but thank you again for coming on with us. But Scherzer tomorrow is going to make his first start of the season after being injured. I don't understand why people are still signing Verlander and Scherzer. They're hurt. Their careers are coming
after the Mets, they just went downhill. So
the Scherzer contract the trade for Scherzer was not good.
Yeah.
His career is coming to an end. And if he gets hurt one more time, or if he's just not playing the same he is starting tomorrow, he's done for the season.
Well, you can't expect him to be as great as what he once was. But again,
he has to be decent. He's playing for a team that just came off winning the World Series.
I understand that, but you can't expect him to come off of something.
So then don't play him. If you can't expect greatness from him, from a guy.
Let me ask you something right now. Would you rather, if you're the Rangers, have Al Leiter or Scherzer start for your team right now?
Develop Al Leiter.
Probably like that.
Scherzer's past his prime.
Oh.
Scherzer is.
I mean, he didn't play in the World Series last year, so they didn't need him for the playoff success they had.
Exactly. So bring in Al Leiter, keep developing him, get him major league experience. Maybe he could even be a trade piece at some point if he's not playing well, but get him that major league experience. And he needs to be up there.
For sure. Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, next up, Dodgers reveal their new City Connector. Oh, what are the...
How many have they had
They're
already?
worse than the first.
How many have they had?
2. They're worse than the first. Wow. And you know where they took the pictures for them? On like the side of a highway. Hey, look it up.
All right. What?
Wait, look. Here, I need to find it. It was a very specific... Here, look. Oh, no, those are
This
the
one?
original ones.
That's nasty.
Yeah, look.
That is nasty. Who came up with these logos? I mean, that's the logo. This uniform. I would have much rather preferred their last City Connects.
It's funfetti. Look at how cool this looks, though. Why don't they have this?
I would definitely call that.
Bro. Like, I keep seeing all these City Connect concepts, and then this is what we get. Like, the concepts look so clean. What is this? Why are the numbers cut off? And why are the
Hell no.
names on the bottom? And then also the last thing is, Freddie Freeman is number 5, but they put in as 05.
What's going on? What's going on with the Dodgers? This is just miserable.
More money. They know people are going to buy them. See, look. Wait, I need to show you a picture. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. What is this?
Oh my god. What do you rate these?
Last.
Like, I mean, not just like, no, in the history of like, just like MLB jerseys.
They don't mean anything.
Like,
you know what the funfetti
alright.
represents?
What?
It represents the glimmering stars of Hollywood and the colors of the seats in Dodger Stadium.
What would you prefer? The sleeveless Cincinnati Red jerseys or these?
The sleeveless Cincinnati Reds.
Those were huge.
Those were good. What?
I mean, they look a little funky.
Yeah, but they were cool.
Alright.
These are not cool. These are like they might be worse than Los Dodgers.
Yeah.
Those were awful. And lastly, rounded MLB, Giancarlo Stanton exited today's game and is getting imaging because he rounded third too hard. Oh, hey, but he gracefully
He made it on this podcast.
Yeah, he made it on the podcast. So shout out to Giancarlo for that.
Why is Jeter up on here? Because you know I hate Jeter.
Because I love Jeter.
You know I mean. It's just. Can we take him out of there?
No.
But I hate Jeter. He ruined this man's career. He's the reason why Giancarlo Stanton is no longer at his peak anymore. The Miami Marlins would have won the World Series if this man didn't come and ruin our thing. Or what we had going.
Did he ruin the Marlins or did he ruin his career? Because I think his career is going fine.
No, I think he ruined just everyone's career on the world. Maybe not Arizona.
But just remember that Giancarlo Stanton still has the most Marlins home runs of any active player. And he hasn't been on the team in 7 years.
Well, yeah, because if he would have definitely topped any of those numbers he had, all I'm saying is that Jeter ruined this man's career. Number one, I don't think he's been playing very well as what he once was.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen him this year?
But compare him to like 17 or 16.
Well, yeah, because he was the MVP. Is Aaron Judge ever going to be as good as he was when he hit 62?
No.
Well, except maybe this year. I don't know.
Well, you think he's topping it?
I think 28 already. He just hit another today and yesterday and 2 days before.
Where would you rank him all time?
Aaron Judge all time?
Yeah.
Nowhere close to the top yet. Not even a Hall of Famer maybe yet.
Not even a Hall of Famer?
He has 8 years left in his career. Who knows what's going to happen? Lots of guys who set records aren't in the Hall of Fame. Their plaques might be for their records, but nothing more than that.
I think Jed makes the Hall of Fame sooner or later.
Well, he's not going to be eligible to make the Hall of Fame.
No, I'm saying right after he retires. He's
in 15 years. You'll see him in the Hall in 15 years.
Well,
oh, hey, there it is.
Gone. See ya. Remember when Zach Campbell he was trying to catch it and he robbed it?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
All right, and here's Stanton.
Oh.
Oh my God.
He stutter steps so that he wouldn't miss the base.
God. What does he even do? It doesn't even look like he gets hurt on that.
Oh, hey, Trent Grisham. What's Grisham batting now? Still like 0.8. But at least he has power. Like he's low key like strong. He has 4 home runs. Interesting.
Only 4. Wow,
Well, he doesn't play. He plays like once every 2 weeks.
No. I mean, for that, though, he actually is very good. Great pickup. I know we discussed that, but definitely a great pickup.
All right, moving on. NCAA College World Series, Texas A&M versus Tennessee in the finals. I'm just going to check and see if the game is over yet. Because... Give me a score, please.
Cannot believe Florida lost.
Do you know what the score is?
No clue.
Can you find out? Here. Come on. I hate this stupid thing. NCAA baseball. It is 9-5 Aggies in the bottom of the 7th in game 1. We'll see. Who do you have? I think Tennessee's the better team overall. And I think that they will be for a while.
So, do you know who beat Florida? I think it was the Aggies, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, you beat Florida. So, you beat the greatest player in the country. So, I do think Texas A&M wins.
Fun. Well, they are winning right now, so we'll see, I guess. What did Caitlin Clark do? She got, like, smacked in the head by Angel Reese.
Yeah, that was the other day. So, Angel Reese gets a flagrant.
And she just does not care.
I mean, she's a fighter. And she deserves the credit. But yeah, it should not be in the Olympic team.
All right. Euros. So Mbappe broke his nose in the group stage, came back with a mask. Then the mask immediately got banned. Then they said he was going to go need surgery, emergency surgery. Emergency surgery didn't happen. So then he showed up with the plain mask, and he apparently is good to play.
Do you think this will be the greatest version we've ever seen of Mbappe?
Nah, Real Madrid next year. Champions League.
All right. We'll keep that.
Trust me.
I mean, World Cup Mbappe's.
Except Liverpool's going to beat them.
All right, Andrew. We can cut it right there. We can cut it.
All right.
If we, let's be honest. If anyone has a shot, Leverkusen.
They've transferred a bunch of guys away. Xavi Alonso repeat? I don't think so. I mean, I love Leverkusen, and they are obviously a strong team, and I think they'll continue to be, but I don't think what happened this year is ever going to happen again. I mean, they also lost the Europa League, so I don't know how them...
Yeah, because of... Who was it again? I just forgot that he... It was someone here, but... Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Who was it? I don't remember. We actually have a lot of...
Oh, yeah.
Mola Lookman, yeah. Very nice. He is very good. But anything to note from Euro's group stage play?
I mean, we've seen a lot happen. Of course, Mbappe's getting hurt. Portugal and Ronaldo look very good, even though they weren't playing one of the best teams in at least in their group stage, at least. But if we had to take something away, I just want to say Spain. Spain looks so strong. Lamine Yamal. I mean, he is going to be one of the greatest players to play for Spain eventually. At least, I mean, I know he's a youngster, but he just looks phenomenally great. He's so young, 16 years old, still doing. This man's doing schoolwork at Euros. I mean, come on. So yeah, no, I think Spain. If we had to take away something, Spain definitely one of the better teams in this tournament. Speaking about France, they were able to play 0-0 against the Netherlands. That's crazy. Despite the fact, did they have Mbappe that game?
I don't
think so. I don't think so. So yeah, just the fact that they were shut out was just crazy. But yeah, I think Spain takeaway. Yeah, Spain definitely looked the most impressive to me, at least.
Yeah. Well,
and hold on, we have the England flag. What would you say about that? What do you think? What do you think about it? Do you think
It looks so sloppy.
They should be
They
playing.
they go up 1 goal and then they just
And Cole Palmer should be playing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But they go up 1 goal and they just decide they're just gonna
fall apart.
That was a rough game. A rough match, excuse me. England match. Who are they playing next? Do we know? Slovenia. I wonder who's gonna win.
Should be a win.
No, but I wonder who's gonna win. Don't say should. Who knows anymore? Yeah. The Denmark game was interesting. Yeah. Anyway.
And the greatest topic in the history.
Yeah. So we're gonna end off every episode with the fast fact once again. AHL Calder Cup Hershey Bears versus Coachella Valley Firebirds. Game is tied at 1-1 right now, going into the third period, and the series is actually tied 2-2. So Hershey Bears win here; they're 1 away.
Hold on, can we start saying Hershey, Hershey, Hershey? Let's go! I'm so hyped. I understand that if the Panthers lose, all right, the Panthers lost. I want Hershey Bears to win. I already bought my shirt and everything. I'm going all out. And if they win, if Hershey wins, let's see what I should do.
Well, wait, if Hershey wins, don't you want them to win?
Yeah, if Hershey wins, I'll do something like very exciting.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that's pretty much going to do it for the 46th episode of the Sports Coach Podcast. It's great to be in person with you again. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. Like and subscribe here on YouTube, clips, and announcement posts over on Instagram, audio only on Spotify. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.